Hi guys, welcome to this session. For being here and being able to search for this video, I want to congratulate you for being part of the Aspire candidate and Aspire person in India, or if you're aspiring to be in India in the next futures, I want to welcome you on board. Today, I'm going to guide you to everything and the step by step you need to know about eFRRO, which is your electronic visa, and at the same thing as your resident permit in India. Everything you need to know about it from the basic of the application, registration, visa extension, visa conversion, and changing of address. Everything you need to know about eFRRO. Today, I'm going to guide you step by step on it. The first thing is what is eFRRO? The E stands for Electronic Foreign Registration Regional Officer. This is body, their body. Okay, what they do is that they help international students to generate an electronic form of their residence permit or an electronic form of their visa. It simply means that you don't need to go about having your physical visa with you. With your electronic visa, you can board into India and you can go out of India. It's the same thing as your resident permit that keep you stay in India. With that, you don't need to hold your physical visa. Imagine, right? So your physical visa only brought you to India. After your arrival in India, what keeps you in India is your resident permit, which is the same thing as your electronic visa or eFRRO as it is called. So as a new person, as a new student or as an existing student, whichever category they fall into, the first thing I'm gonna do before onboarding into my FRO application is to create a folder for myself. Okay, this folder is where I'm going to create on where I'm going to keep all my documents and information because FRO is something you need to do every year. Okay, depending on the duration of your extension, and it is required that you do your FRO within a period of your arrival. So the first thing is I'm going to create a folder and then I'm going to name this folder FRO or any name that is applicable to me. This folder is where I'm going to keep all my files and documents that are essential for my visa possible. It's not mandatory, but I prefer it because I want my things to be aligned and well referenced in case I need it some other time. So after creating this folder, the next thing is I'm just going to walk you through few things that you need to know about the eFRRO. I'll go to Google and search for FRRO. It will bring me to this particular page. And then the first thing is that one of the documents that you will need is don't mistakenly there's difference between eFRRO home and the online form C. The form C is one of the documents that you will need later. I'm going to explain about this better, or you can check my next video on form C. The form C is one of the documents that you will need to show that you are residing in this particular house or hostel in India. So your school will help you to generate this, or your hotel or wherever accommodation you are staying, they will help you to generate this. It is the owner of it, and the school, yeah, they'll be able to help you to generate that. For now, you will get to know it better later, but it's one of the documents that is essential for your electronic visa processing. So when I click on the FRO home, it will take me to the about page of the electronic visa. The first thing is you need to understand is that electronic visa must be applied maximum of 15 days upon your arrival. It means between 15 days of your arrival, you must apply for your electronic visa. You can check everything about it. It's paperless. You don't need to go to any office to apply for it. And then if you did not apply it within 15 days of your arrival in India, you'll be penalized. It means you have to pay some amount of money. Okay, so to avoid that, you need to apply for it within 15 days. And then after applying for it, you'll be given 6 months or 1 year, depending on the duration. So I'm going to click on new registration to start. And after clicking on new registration, just all these are just like normal information and update that you need to know that you need an email and mobile number which we use to receive your OTP. So I'm just going to click on email ID. I will put my email ID. Preferable, it's advisable that you put your school email ID that the school generated for you. But if you don't have that yet, then you can use your own personal email ID. Okay, fine. But applicable, you are required, it is more better to use your school email ID or your organization email ID that is generated for you, depending on the type of visa that you have. Then next thing is my surname. Your surname should be your father name, and the surname should align according to the name on your passport. And your date of birth should be in the format of day, month, and year. Do not mistake this and ensure that it aligns with the information you have, your international passport. Your nationality, Sudan, Nigeria, Ghana, depending on wherever you are, you select it. And then your mobile number, you do not need to add a country code, you just put the mobile number directly if you have one. And then the given name is a name that is given to you. If you have more than one given name, maybe other name, you can include both. And if you have only one, then you can put just one there. The next thing is your sex, you put that. And then the asterisk part are the important part. It means those points you must not omit them. The one that are now asterisk, they are optionals. So the next thing is the capture. I will suggest that you click on refresh capture before you submit. Do not use the one that is there, just refresh it, enter the new one that is generated for you, and after entering the new one that is generated for you, the next thing you need to click is, and then when you submit your application, it will bring you to your dashboard. Welcome back again. This is the dashboard, and this is where you get started with a of your application. The first one is the new online registration. This is where you click to start your new registration. For visa conversion, new visa extension, visa registration, you need to click on new, fresh new. This is where you are starting. Okay, and do not forget you must register before 15 days. Next one is edit application. Maybe you start your application and you did not finish that, then you can always come back to the edit application and continue. And photo upload and document, in case you want to upload any document before you submit your application, you can click on that. Okay, and then the next thing that we're also going to look into is the reprint application and the PDF. After you submitted, you can reprint your application. After you click on new registration, you need to complete the application, and after completing the application, you can go to the reprint to print it in case you did not download it at the first time. Then the next thing is the payment. But I told you if you did not complete your application within 15 days of your arrival, you'll be penalized. So ensure you avoid that. So in case you are penalized, this is where you will click on to make your payment. And then after every 6 months, maybe your visa extension was extended up to 6 months, you need to extend it before the due date. Maybe it is extended up to December 30th. By November or October, you need to apply for new extension. If you forgot and you extend it after it has expired, you'll be penalized and you will need to pay for the penalized fee. So why do you need to waste money if you can do it on time and earlier? So 2 months before it expires, you can apply for new extension without paying any amount of money, and then your visa, electronic visa, will be extended without any penalty. So these are the vital things that you need to observe and you need to ensure that you avoid it. The next thing is your payment status. You can check your payment status if it is approved, the amount you are charged, if your payment has been received by the eFRRO officers. Okay, so another thing is the status inquiry, the status of your application. If your application is processed, if additional document is required, maybe you miss a document, or maybe the document you upload is not cleared enough. Okay, some cases you may need to upload additional document. In this case, you check your status to see what information you are required. Maybe your bank statement was passworded, did not remove the password before uploading. With this, we need to check on status of inquiry to check what information the FRO officer gave you about your application. So that is all you need to know about the status inquiry. It tells you everything about your application if it has been accepted. I'm going to show you everything in detail, step by step. And then the next thing you need to know about is the upload missing document part. When a document is missing, maybe you did not upload the document correctly, you'll be asked to re-upload and you need to click on this part of the dashboard in order to upload it. Then changing of password, and then edit your profile. Maybe you want to change your mobile number, on your profile, or and then giving a feedback. This part, it's very important that you understand it. It's not just about giving a feedback, it's also like to write a query if you have anything issues related to your profile. So the first thing is you select the type of issue you have, the categories of the issue you have. So after selecting the categories of the issue you have, maybe it is related to a problem of payment or delay, you didn't get your e-post after you've submitted the application, they release send you your certificate or something. Then you select the subcategories it belongs to. You select your ID. This is for every application you start or you submitted, there's an ID attached to it. So you select your application ID, and then after select the ID of the current one, the recent one that have that issue, the next thing you need to do is you just write the queries and you submit, and then the address information in case you want to change address, but this doesn't really matter the most. But then I'm going to show you how when I click on the status inquiry, you'll be able to see how the status of your application will be. It will show if you submit your application, it's going to show you the application it's submitted, and it's going to show you that it's awaiting response from the officer in order to proceed further. So the status inquiry will show you, and you'll be able to download the certificate after it has been generated. It will show you the status of all of your application. So that is what the status inquiry is for, to know if you are required to submit additional documents or any other information. Now let's start our new application. Starting our new application, the first thing we're gonna do is to select our nationality. Okay, I'll just click on the nationality button. You select the country you belong to, maybe Sudan, Ghana, Somalia, any country that appears on your international passport. I will select it, and after selecting the country that you belong to and the country of your nationality, the next thing is your given name. So you need to select a name that according to the name that appears in your passport if you have more than two names. Then your surname, your family name, or your given name. So surname is different from given name. Given name is your own name. Then you select the state of e-FRRO where you are. Depending on the state you are, you select the state. If you select Delhi, the city might be the same as Delhi, but that doesn't applicable to other part of the state. If I'm to go to select another state now, the city, okay, for example, let's check this out. Chandigarh, the city is also Chandigarh. But if I should select another city, another state, maybe Gujarat, you see, we have various of city where FRO districts are in Gujarat. So you have to select according to the city under the state you are. Okay. So that is one of the important aspects. Another thing is your sex. If you're male or female, you select that. Then the most important thing is categories of visa you are applying for electronic visa. So if you are applying for the first time, you select the registration because this is the first time you want to register. And don't forget, you have to do this before 15 days upon your arrival in India. If you're below 12 years, I've said it before, you don't need to apply for electronic visa. That is according to the regulation. And then you need to select the other categories that you're applying for. If you're applying for the second time, then what you need is visa extension, not registration, because you've already applied, registered before. You just want to extend your visa. Okay, and that should be done based on the duration of visa you are given. And then conversion type. If you're converting your visa from one visa to another visa, an exit permit if you want to exit maybe from India, you can apply for exit permit. That is if you're a firewall player. And then the change of address, maybe you want to relocate from hostel to non-hostel, or you want to change your address where you are residing, then you can apply for change of address. Do not forget that also. That is also one of the important aspects. You need to apply, you upload your C form. We're going to talk about C form in the next time. So one of the required documents for change of address is C form. Okay. And then another thing that is quite vital and important in this application for this particular video, we are going to select registration because I hope you are the first time registered. This is the first time. And then clicking on registration, the next thing is whether don't forget that this is we are using this application as the first time user. So the next thing is whether you are a child, you are giving birth in India or something, you select no because you are not born in India. So I'm going to select no for that. Okay. Another thing is don't forget this is very important, else it affects your application. Okay, because you're not giving birth in India. Have you been surrendered as India passport? You are not applicable for this. And then are you a refugee because you came through legal student visa or any other visa? So you are not a refugee. Now the visa type where you belong to. So there are various of visa type depending on the categories you belong to. So you have to select the category. But for this video purpose, you are going to use student because particular making this for students and it's also applicable for other users also. So I'm going to select student, and then when you select student visa, we have various of categories of student visa. Before the student visa, we have different kind of visa depending on the visa you fall into. Even tourist visa is the same. So for visa subtype, we have S1 visa. The various of visa would be on your passport. S1 visa is a common visa for someone that wants to study abroad or in university. You select S1. You can check your physical visa to check the categories you belong to. The S1X is for a dependent of someone that come with an S1. So the S5 visa is someone that came for PhD or you're doing research, you're a scholar, you select the S5 visa. And S5X is a dependent, maybe a family or a relative that came with or under that particular S5 visa order. So you need to be able to know the categories you belong to, and then you select a category that align with the visa you belong to. Don't forget, all these are very important. If you don't know your categories, you can change your physical visa. The categories you belong to will be mentioned in your physical visa. So this is one of the important things that you need to take note of. Then after selecting the categories of visa you belong to, you click on submit. Then when you click on submit, you'll be required to fill the application. These are just normal processing. These are just the normal details you need to enter, like your personal details, the country you come from, your street, the name of your school that you just enrolled for, where you landed, where you came to India. All of this I'm not going to show you because they are something personal information and something you can do yourself. The moment you click on submit, you'll be required to fill all those things. And believe me, they are something you can get it done by yourself. Do not forget. And then whether the applicant is foreign national or provisional registration, whether the applicant foreign national intend to final registration. So you are choosing the first one because you are a provisional registration. Okay, so that is that. Then we click on submit button. And after you have successfully filled all of those details, you'll be required to upload documents. So this is the most important part where many students have difficulties and their electronic visa is being rejected. Now, in order to avoid your electronic visa being rejected because of document upload, the first thing is the bona fide certificate. What is the bona fide? The bona fide certificate is a document that shows that you belong to this school, like this school or this organization accepts you, you are under them. So the organization you are must be accredited institution in India by India government. So they'll give you your bona fide certificate. So this certificate is very important that you upload this certificate. The school will give you it will have your student ID, or if you're under working, it will have working visa, it will have your work ID there. So this is very, very important. Without the bona fide certificate, believe me, your visa will electronic visa will be rejected and you'll be required to upload the bona fide certificate. There is nothing about that. That's just it. So you need a bona fide certificate to prevent your application being rejected, and it will be given by the school. The next thing is your passport. Of course, you have your passport. Ensure you snap a clear part of your passport and it should be on PDF. All of these documents should be on PDF except from your photograph. The next thing is your registration certificate. Your registration certificate is the previous FRO or the latest FRO that you just applied for. If you do not have, then it will be in place. If this is the first time, then it may be in place of your S form. Okay, and then the next thing that you probably need again is a resident proof. I know many people are convinced about this. Resident proof is different from bona fide certificate. Both of them can be given by your institution, but they are different documents. Don't get this complicated. Your resident proof is the same thing as your C form. or Form C. It's a document that shows that you are staying in this particular address. It can be issued by your hostel as warden or by your house owner or a landlord. So it is a resident proof. We're going to show a nice video on how to get a resident proof, what a resident proof look like. But a resident proof can be given by your house owner or the hostel owner or your school. Then your physical visa. Your physical visa is a visa that brought you to India from the embassy. And you need your photograph. Make sure it is clear. And then the final part is the financial resources proof. The financial resources proof can be in two forms. It can be a scholarship letter that says that you are under the scholarship or an account details of NRI. NRO means non-resident of India. So if you have an account in India, then you can upload the account. But one thing you should observe is that your account will be passworded. I'm going to show you all this. Many people get mistaken in this. Your account will be passworded. Do not upload your account balance directly, account statement directly as you generate it. Another thing before moving to that is that all your documents has to be in PDF. You need to convert everything to PDF except from your photo. And I'm going to show you how to convert this to PDF. To convert your electronic visa document to PDF, the first thing is that you should go to this website JPG to PDF, select the type of document, click on upload, it will convert it, and then you download it. Another thing I used to do is you need to name your document according to the name of the file. So don't forget, for financial proof resources, it is important that you also convert it to PDF. But one thing is that if you're using a bank statement, your bank statement will be passworded, and the password for it is your first four letter of your name, your first name, and then the first four letter of your date and month of birth. But then you should not upload it directly the way you generate it from the bank. This is what gets most of the financial book past bank statement being refused by the eFRRO officer. Students upload it directly the way they download it, but it will require password for the officer to also open it. So for you to bypass this password, the first thing is you need to remove the password from your bank statement before you upload it. So when you open your bank statement for the first time, it will require a password for you to open it. So after you enter the password, the first four letter of your name and then the first four letter of your day and month of birth, it will open. And after opening, do not upload it directly. What you need to do is you will click on print. So when you click on print, and then you save it as a PDF. This will help you to remove the password from it. After then, you can now upload the one that you saved newly as a PDF to the dashboard of your electronic visa. Do not upload it directly as you got it from the bank because it will be passworded. So this is vital information. You can go to this website's link mentioned in order to change all your document to another format that is required. And then you can upload all your documents, and you can check the status of your application to know if your application is being accepted or if there is any additional information that is required. If you have any doubt or you have any issue you're facing in this process, you can comment it below and I will guide you on step by step. Don't forget to follow this channel. There are many more opportunities for other international students, like how to get internship opportunity while you're being in India, what you can be doing to fetch a little or more opportunities. See you guys. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to people that you know it will be relevant and beneficial from. Don't keep it to yourself. There are many people out there struggling and being penalized on this electronic visa FRO enrollment because they have limited information about it. So be kind enough to share it with others so that they can also benefit from the